Good morning, because yes, it's morning this time.
Yes.
Welcome to Three Sisters Knit Podcast. It is Friday, July 20th today.
Yes.
And this is episode 49. I am Sheila. You can find me on Ravelry as Shishi62.
And I'm Margaret, and you can find me on Ravelry as Magpie60, and you can find us on Instagram as Three Sisters Knit. We are a knitting, crafting, yarn-related podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're sisters, as you can tell, and we are just going to talk about the projects that we're working on, things that we might be working on in the future, and just yarn things. And so we're really happy if you've joined us before. Thanks a lot for coming back.
Yes.
And if it's your first time, we hope that you find something interesting that we're talking about.
Yes.
So why don't we get started? Because
why don't you?
I'm going to get started. So if you follow us on Instagram, you will know that I posted because I actually managed to. I think in the morning when I got up, I would start. I would knit a few rows on my Waiting for Rain shawl, and I looked at my Ravelry projects page, and I realized I've been working on this since October or November of last year, which is just craziness. However, I am now binding off, so you can see I've started the bind off on this shawl. But there's a little story with this. When I ordered this yarn from Yarn Therapist, and she's in our knitting group, she's a friend of ours. So when I ordered this yarn from her, she asked me, "Oh, do you want DK or fingering weight?" And she gave me the 800 meters or yards or whatever. But I think I ordered DK because at that time I wasn't really making socks and I wasn't really doing a lot with fingering weight yarn, but I was doing a lot with DK. So I ordered the DK. Anyway, as I was working on this shawl, which I love, by the way, I realized that I was not going to have enough yarn to do the shawl, the full one. So I made some modifications, and
but the pattern's very good, and it allows that.
It does.
It very much encourages you to make it your own.
It's kind of like a recipe as opposed to a full-on pattern. I mean, she gives you. It comes with both a chart and written row-by-row instructions. So however you work in knitting, you're covered.
Yes.
So what I did was I followed the pattern for the first, I'm just going to try and get it a little closer. So the top part, so you cast on up here and you work, and then you come to this lacy section here.
Just gorgeous.
Which is a really, and it's a simple, easy to follow pattern, but it's short rows, so you purl back, and then you follow the pattern going across. But
you're not purling for long because it's just in that little section.
It's short rows, and so by the time I finished it, I was looking at how much yarn I would have left over, and I remember texting Sheila saying, "I don't think I'm going to have enough to do the full pattern." So you're supposed to do a certain number of rows in here after you finish it before you start the next lacy section. And so I decided to do a few fewer rows. And so that's what I did. And I did the full, so I actually was talking to Jen, the yarn therapist, last night, and I said, "You'll be so proud of me because I had to do math on this one." So I had to figure out where I was going to place it because I had fewer stitches on the needles. So I figured that out. And then same thing again, I knew I would not be able to do, there's actually a third one of these sections to do before you finish up. And I thought, I don't have the yarn for that. So I decided I would do a few rows and then I would get started on there's a nice long section because you should have like around 400 stitches on your needle by the time you get to doing the very bottom lacy section. And I knew I wasn't going to have that, so I actually had to sit down, count stitches, figure out where I was going to place and then I also knew that I wouldn't be able to do the full lace section because it's much bigger. So I did the first 8 rows in short rows. So you don't really see it so much as a short row because it's long and it's not the full short row. But I did 8 rows because I thought that part of the pattern was quite pretty. You can kind of see it there. It's kind of like a chevron-y type lace. And so now I did a few more rows and I'm binding off. So she gives you how to bind off, and it's a nice stretchy bind off. It's one we've done before.
Yes.
So it's a really nice stretchy one.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be more of a shawlette than the shawl.
But that's still nice. It's
still really nice.
I can't wait. I want to do it too because we have the pattern. I want to do it.
Now that I've done it, I'd like to do it full.
You can do it in any weight yarn.
Yeah, I mean, I did this in the DK, and I think the pattern calls for fingering weight. So I do think that. And as I said,
you have 2 good skeins of fingering weight and just
Now Sheila had kept saying to me, "Well, why don't you use a like a purple color and just do some of the lace in the purple or something." And I've seen people do that, but I really just loved the
one color
in the pattern. If you look at the pattern itself. The sample that is in the photos is just I think it's just like a variegated sort of yarn.
Yes.
Anyway, I had fallen in love with it. It's kind of just tonal, and I just thought that was so pretty. And I hadn't seen this has been done so often, and so if you go on Ravelry and you look at all the projects, I hadn't seen one with like the two-tone with the lace in one color and then the body in in a different color. I hadn't seen one that I liked, and so I just thought, well,
I think the other Jen, she
did
it, and hers was gorgeous.
Hers was beautiful, but she dyes her own yarn.
Yes,
and I think she also added stripes. This really would show off the short row, the curvature around the garter stitch. If you did some stripes,
probably, yeah,
it would look. And hers looked amazing. Hers was one of the few that I really liked.
Like a deep, like green, kind of like this room, and a wine.
Yeah, and I think she also had a little bit of like a natural wool color in there as well.
Maybe,
so, as part of the striping. I'm pretty sure I saw green and kind of a natural stripe. Just like 2-row stripes.
Yeah. So
they were very thin, and it just shows off that curvature of the garter stitch around the short row of the lace just beautifully. Anyway, one of these days I'm probably going to do it again. And I don't know what yarn, but I just think, maybe in the chili knits it would be stunning in that. It really would.
Really nice light pink.
So anyway, I'm so excited because. As you can see, like I've got my little unicorn marker. That's kind of where I was.
It's on the other side. No, you're showing it. It's here.
No, my unicorn one is over here. There it is.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Kind of see it. Sorry, we were having trouble with the light.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
So that's where I was. I was still working. Last time I talked about this, probably about a month ago. And, so I managed to get all of that done, and you can kind of see the nice curvature of the so, anyway, I'm going to finish that up, and then I'm going to stretch it out as much as I can. Anyway, this is sort of how much yarn I have left.
Yeah.
See if I can hide some of the glare.
Yeah.
But, that's how much I have left, and, so it's not an awful lot. It's just enough to bind off, I think. Yeah.
You won't have much left over.
No. But anyway, it was a fun one. And the fact that I could figure out how to adjust it means that it really is a recipe. And so if you're interested in doing it, I think it does provide so many options.
It's a very good pattern for that. You can make it a shawlette and just do 1 or 2 lace sections and make it more long and narrow if you want. Or you can make it like really long and deeper.
Yeah, and I also think if you didn't want to do the lace at the very end, which would be like the 4th one, you could do like a picot bind off or something and make it, kind of like raindrops if you will.
Exactly.
So like I think it really invites a lot of creativity. So so that's me. Yay! I have something to show.
I know. I do too. I haven't even posted this on Instagram. I have to get the pictures done. I was wearing them all last night because I finished them in Knit Night last night. Finished my July socks. So this was the first one that I did.
Yeah, it's so funny because last night when she finished them, she tried them on and then she said, "Oh, you have to put these on because this yarn is BFL." And I was like, "Oh, this feels really good." And then,
it does feel really.
And then
nice.
one of the other ladies, she's like, "Oh, let me try them on." So everybody's trying on the socks.
Yes. Yep. And also it was the toe. And also, the toe. It comes with I think 3 options for the heel. For doing a heel.
Yeah.
So I did the Eye of Partridge heel on this one.
Mm-hmm.
On both of them, but I decided I would do the Eye of Partridge heel.
Yeah.
And it gives you a rounded wedge toe or a star toe. And I thought I'm going to do the star toe. You can see how it sort of...
And I was saying, it kind of reminds me of... It's
really comfortable, though.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, if you've ever knit a hat...
And the way it decreases, you get that little decrease swirl. That's exactly what that is.
What it reminds me of.
But when you see, this is the first one I did. And so you can see how the yarn, how it changed. This is the first one.
Yeah.
And you can see, I love how this sort of teal swirl that has swirled its way around, which is lovely. But then once I did the heel, it changed. You can see how I did the foot. It still swirls around, but it didn't get, the bands aren't as thick.
Yeah.
So then I started this one. So
this is a cuff down?
Yes, it's a cuff down sock.
So that's continued from how that was.
Yes.
At the foot
I just continued on.
Yeah.
And it's so much lighter. And we noticed that it was, I have to get that little, how much the yarn, how much lighter it was.
Yeah.
I pulled from the center of this.
Oh,
because when I saw it stretched out, I didn't think that I would get there would be so much cream. But when you put the two together, look at the difference, how much lighter one is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
And how...
But which is fine.
Yeah. Because it's just sort of cool.
That's the one thing I like about indie dyed yarn.
Yes.
It really makes your socks
and so this
very
is
different.
This yarn is ice dyed.
Yes.
From
Firefly Fiber Arts. She's North Bay or Sudbury or something like that. She's Canadian dyer.
Yeah.
So, but there is, because I was wearing them, there's little hairs. There is the toe.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's such a comfortable toe. It feels completely different than a wedge toe, and I really, really liked it. It seems to fit the angle of your toes better. Like a wedge toe goes straight. Well, nobody's toes go straight across.
Maybe somebody does,
but
I
not
don't know too many people.
Not too many go perfectly up the side and then straight across the top. So this one, with it being, it's more rounded. It sort of curves to the angle of your toes.
Yeah.
So it's really, I love it, and I cannot wait. I still have all my ends to sew in for both of them.
Yeah.
But I'll do that, and then I'll have to wash them and block them. Oh, let's see if he falls asleep. I have a little guy.
So we'll just pause this for now.
A minute. Hey, and we're back, and we have a special guest today because he just woke up, and this is what he's decided. He's not gonna go back to sleep.
Yes. So Sheila has. What, one more thing that you're just going to show?
Just going to show what I'm working on. Yeah. And that is, I'm still working on this sock here. And this is a toe up. It's just a vanilla sock. I'm going to just throw in a German short row heel, which I can't wait to see how the striping changes. I'm not going to throw in a different color.
About last night,
I was trying to figure out, and there's just so much color in this. I think I'm just going to use the yarn.
Yeah.
So... And this is a sock blank by Yarn Therapist.
So this is what you're knitting from.
This is what I'm knitting from. And see, half is brown and half is striped. So, and I just pull it straight from that. And so that is my work on project. Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Work on now project. So, but that's it. And then we have one more thing, because this is now that he's up, I have nobody here to watch for him except me. Yes. Hubby's gone out, even though it's his day off. He's out. And he's busy.
Gonna pull? You're gonna pull your August sock?
You're gonna pull the August sock, and
so
we
have
to show.
That first?
Yes, and we have to. Yes, we're gonna pull my August socks because we won't be podcasting again until the beginning of August. So, which is just the second. We could always pull it then, but why not now? Just it doesn't.
So
hurt.
These are behind us, right?
Yep, they're all behind us. Now he's gone and dropped that little man, so I have no idea where it is.
Okay, I'm gonna take this one because it's in a it's in a project bag.
Okay. Oh, and this project bag is by Bling Your String.
Oh, awesome!
It's the very first one that I bought.
Oh,
yes.
How fun is that?
Yes, that's from Erin of Bling Your String. Oh, it comes with a pattern.
Exciting!
Ooh. Oh, marinated yarns from our trip.
Yeah.
Sandstorm in her Harley fingering weight. It is 55% superwash merino, 20% kid mohair, and 25% nylon. There's 435 yards in that 100 grams. I love that. It's sort of a gray brown.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It might be a little hard. It's not too bad.
It's close. It's just a little slightly darker than what it is. But other than that,
I think it's Harley is what it says.
And I've got
Harley fingering weight.
Harley fingering weight is what it is. Oh, okay. This is. Why do I have this? Okay, this is. Oh, it's not even socks. It's a little. I have to look at the size. Oh, I can't make this because now they're all too big for it. It's a pair of little baby bum legging sort of pants, but it only goes up to 12 months, and in 10 days he's 12 months. And my other granddaughter 2 weeks ago turned a year.
Yeah.
So I will just
find a different pattern.
Do you know what? Maybe I will use the staircase
pattern
with this one because I think it'll show up better with this than it would with you think, look at the old castle, the gray stone. This will be perfect for that. So that's what I think I'll do is the staircase. You can hold that. Look at that, eh? Yes. Play with Nanny's yarn.
Yeah.
That'll give you give us an extra couple minutes.
Soft.
Yes. So what we got new to us was we received our July KnitCrate.
Yeah.
So the patterns that we got with our KnitCrate are
these are yoga socks, and I think they're crocheted. This is the crochet one.
The crochet
because it comes with both. Here, I'm trying to.
It's hard to.
Trying to get so it's not. There we go. Yeah. Yoga socks by Laura Bain, and so it comes with one crochet pattern and one knit pattern. So that's the crochet one, which are really cute. You would think I would learn how to crochet just to make those. And then this beach ball cowl, which is really cute as well.
Yes.
So you get a code to go in and download the patterns for free to go with the yarn.
Yes.
And this
month was
the modern primary colors. So we were quite excited about that.
Yes. And you get 2 skeins of yarn.
Yes.
You get the two patterns. And you get the shipping cost. And it's a total value of like $63. And I think you pay $25 or $30 for it. Something like that. Yeah. If you go to our Instagram account, and Margaret will also put it at the bottom here.
Yeah.
If you use our code, I think it's called 3 Sisters 20.
Yeah.
And I think it's all capitals. In the code, when you order, you will get 20% off your first order.
Yeah.
So
if you're interested, it's
and I did a Periscope about opening the box.
Yes.
And somebody came on and was talking, and all of a sudden I realized it's a really good idea to you can hand it off to family and say, for my birthday, you can get me a month, or for Christmas, get me 3 months, or something like that for events of any sort, like a birthday or Christmas. I know. Wool doesn't taste good. He's eating it. Plah, plah, plah. Plah, plah, plah. So, but anyways, this is the yarn that we got this month.
2 skeins of this.
This is their School Zone yarn.
So,
And it is their bouncy worsted.
I love that
100%
description.
merino, superwash merino. It is so soft and squishy.
So you
so
get
soft
two,
and squishy.
and look at the, it's got a nice twist, but it's not super tight.
No.
But I love that you can see the twist, and it is, like the primary colors, the red, the blue, and then it's on sort of a gray. I don't want to call it a base, but like that seems to be the grounding neutral color.
Yes.
So I'll pull that apart just so you can take a look at it.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait to see how it knits up.
So I was saying I would love to make a baby or a little one sweater, because there's
two skeins. There's 180 yards per skein, and you get two, so that's 360 yards.
And it's a really, they're calling it a worsted, but it's a really heavy, thick worsted.
It is.
It would make great hats if you're not into it, but that cowl would look amazing in it.
Yes.
It really would.
Yes.
Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh. Look, it matches what I'm wearing today.
Yes, it does. Just put it around your neck.
Yeah.
There we go. It's my necklace for the day.
Necklace today. It matches, and it's really soft.
Yeah, I know.
Really
it is so soft. I'm like, oh my god, it was so soft and squishy.
I can't believe it.
Yes, I know. It looks just wonderful, Margaret.
Yeah, there we go.
I know. It is. It's absolutely fabulous. So we'll have to see what we're going to make out of that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't really, I sometimes wear cowls, but I don't really. I find
now that a scarf.
Yeah.
Like a shawly scarf type one. That's more my preference as well, because you wear it like a cowl because you wrap it around, but it makes it easier to unwrap if you're too warm. Yeah.
And once you reach a certain age.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to get cooled down pretty quickly. So, that is the one that we got. And I really do. It's just like super squishy. Really nice. The patterns are really cute too. Mm-hmm. I do like that one. It's got a nice, you can see there's a little bit of lace and everything in it. It's really adorable. So, yeah. So, if you want to check that out, I will definitely include the code here, and in our Ravelry group, I do episode notes, and so I'll put it in there as well, just so you know. And if you go to our Instagram page, I think in our bio, there's a link there. The code that you can use.
Yes, there is.
If you're interested only.
Yes.
So, so you've got your yarn for next month.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to finish casting off my shawl.
Next episode is our 50th episode. So we're going to figure out something to put together for a little giveaway for our 50th.
Because that's a really special...
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't believe we've...
Because that's like 2 years, right? Yeah. So, and little monkey here is getting, he doesn't like to, he always has to twist and turn.
Yeah.
He's a twisty-turny little guy.
I call him Mr. Curious.
Eh? Yeah. Little belly. Yeah. Ooh, there's a Kleenex. Ooh, that'll keep him busy for a minute.
So... we will sign off for now.
Yes.
And enjoy your weekend, because by the time we post this, it'll be the weekend.
Yes.
And so take care. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Yes. Thanks a lot. We will talk with everyone later and catch you all. Hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Bye.
Bye.